Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this new racing movie, which technically came out today, but I actually got to see an early access screening to this movie last night with my parents, and so yeah, my dad was really looking forward to seeing this movie, but unfortunately, my Uncle Charles wasn't able to make it since he was playing golf at New York, so he couldn't come with us to see it, but oh well. So in this review, I'm going to be reviewing the new Brad Pitt movie, Formula One. Some cases say it's F1, but to make sure it doesn't get confusing, this review is going to be on Formula One. These three are my tickets to the movie, two for my parents and one for me. Yep. Yeah, I actually went and saw this movie early, like last night with my parents. So, yeah. So in this movie, Formula One is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who previously directed Top Gun Maverick, and of course he also directed Tron Legacy. And this movie stars Brad Pitt, Carrie Condon, Damson Idris, and Javier Bardem. So, yeah. So in this movie takes place in the 1990s, where we follow a Formula One driver known as Sonny Hayes, or Sonny Hayes. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Sonny Hayes. So in this movie, Sonny Hayes was Formula One's most promising driver until an accident on the track nearly ended his career. 30 years later, the owner of a struggling Formula One team convinces Sonny to return to racing and become the best in the world. Driving alongside the team's hotshot rookie, Sonny soon learns that the road to redemption is not something you can travel alone. And of course, we got ourselves a sports drama film from, Joseph Kosinski, and some people might say that this movie is pretty much almost like Top Gun, but with cars on land, like roads. But yeah, so like I said, I saw this movie last night, and I'm gonna have to say, guys, I was really looking forward to seeing this movie because when I saw trailers to this film, it had me really excited to see it, and so I saw it last night, and for the most part, Formula One was actually an amazing, fantastic, awesome, fun ride of a movie. Yeah, I gotta say, guys, this movie was awesome. I absolutely loved everything about this film. No joke. My parents also really enjoyed the movie too. My dad's actually a big fan of race cars, and he's a big fan of cars and races, and of course my dad's also a big fan of Formula One as well. He loves watching the races on television, and so yeah, he was looking forward to seeing this movie as well. And of course we also bought tickets to the early access screening last night at 7 o'clock in the Eastern Zone last night. And I actually saw this movie at the Arundel Mills Cinemark. Yeah, and we actually sat in those D-box seats, kind of like the ones that I sat in when I saw the MCU movie Thunderbolts. Yeah, because the D-box seats at the Arundel Mills Cinemark is actually like when you turn on when you turn on how soft or hard it goes. Like the D-box seats actually move around during the action scenes, or whenever the sound gets louder. Yeah, because the D-box seats kind of move around back and forth and forwards. Yeah, and it's kind of like I said, it kind of reminds me of like one of those rides or attractions at Universal Studios or Walt Disney World. Yeah, or in this case, since this is a racing movie, it from my perspective, it kind of almost felt like playing the game Pole Position. Yeah, the arcade game Pole Position from Atari and Namco. I remember playing that game when I was a kid. Yeah, it was kind of like Pole Position in a way. Although in some cases, I gotta say, the sound design, on the other hand, was actually really awesome. The sound design was awesome. And it was like one hell of a ride. And it's I actually really enjoyed everything about this movie. And Hans Zimmer's music score was also awesome as well. Because Hans Zimmer's a legendary composer. His music is great, and his music here was great as well. And I gotta say, Joseph Kosinski actually does a real great job directing this movie. He does it, his direction, his directorial efforts here are really well done, just like he did with Top Gun Maverick. And yeah, And considering the fact that this is an Apple movie from Apple Original Films like Apple TV, I'm actually glad that this movie did not skip movie theaters, kind of like what happened with Wolves, which was another Brad Pitt movie that came out last year. But sadly, Wolves skipped movie theaters, and the director John Watts was very disappointed in Apple for making it skip theaters, and so Wolves 2 was canceled. They canceled a sequel to Wolves because of that. But like I said, when I first saw the trailer to Formula One, I was actually excited to see it, and I'm actually glad. And like I said, I'm actually glad that this movie did not skip theaters because when I was watching this movie on the big screen, it was definitely like one of the most perfect movie theater experiences I've ever had in my life, and it's something I will never forget. Yeah, because even like during like the race scenes, like even when it comes to the pacing to this movie, even though this movie is a long one, like the movie's like 2 hours and 36 minutes. I gotta say, the time actually went by pretty quick. Like, not only if you understand the story, but also like during the racing scenes, like the race car race scenes, like it actually picks up at the perfect time, and it makes the time go by fast if you watch like the race scenes to keep you occupied, and yeah, the race scenes I thought were awesome, and the sound design for the vroom, like the race car vrooms, they were like awesome to hear on the big screen in a movie theater, and yeah, and of course this is almost like the fifth time I saw an Apple movie in theaters, because the other Apple movies that came out in theaters, they didn't really do well at the box office, which is probably one of the reasons why Wolves had to skip theaters. But the others were Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Argyle, and Fly Me to the Moon. And yeah, and I gotta say, Formula One, the movie, is also one of my new all-time favorite movies of the year. Because I also said that with Life of Chuck, and now I say it here that Formula One is now one of my all-time favorite films to come out this year so far. And when it comes to the performances, the acting I thought was really great too. Brad Pitt's always awesome to see, and yeah, I thought Brad Pitt's performance was great here. And Damson Idris, who plays Joshua Pierce, like Damson Idris, I thought he did good. And yeah, everybody else did a great job as well. And yeah, Brad Pitt's always the best part about this movie. And yeah. So overall, Formula One was awesome, and one of my all-time favorite films to come out this year so far. And my parents really enjoyed the movie as well. So overall, I'm gonna give Formula One 5 out of 5 stars, a 10 out of 10. So yeah, if you love racing and race cars and Brad Pitt, if you're that kind of person, and if you're interested in checking out this movie, then I highly recommend checking it out this weekend. Yeah, I'm sure you guys won't be disappointed. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Formula One. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And also make sure to like this video as well. With that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.